Hey, we've gone through another week and now it's time to do another quick draw. So I am happy to be here. Happy to be here reading for this weekend. So I'm using again The Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, an itch. By Colette Baron Reed. Oops. Happy to be here reading for this weekend. Um, you don't want to have an echo, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing using The Wisdom of the Oracle. You know what I love about Oracle decks? There's no rules. You know, like when we have tarot, like the cards all have like really a lot of meanings, you know, and every card has a lot of depth to it. But overall, there's a general meaning to each card. And, you know, when we put them in a certain order, then they mean this and that. You know, but with the Oracle card, you can pull one card and get a whole lot of information and answer it and get an answer to a question. Or you can use them however you want to use them. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I like to use the Oracle card. And this deck has always spoken to me. You know, so yeah. So we're using this deck. We have a full moon. What else is going on? Full moon in Sagittarius. This should be good, all right? I'm feeling good about the weekend. I like the energy of June so far. You know, it's only the second day of June, but I like the energy of June. June is turning out to be a really, really great month for me personally, because yesterday I hung a big art show. And as I was hanging it, I just got this really great response. So I was just really excited because it was such a good way to go, you know? And now here I am with you guys, and I want to thank each and every one of you because I finally made it over 3,000. So for each and every one of you out there, I am so grateful for you. You know, I really appreciate it. I'm really excited that my channel is finally growing. For a while there, it wasn't. It just kept going backwards, you know. But anyway, I do my best. I come here in a good way, hoping that I can give you all a real good message. Even if sometimes the message isn't a good message, somehow I like to have you kind of bring awareness, you know, because when we know what we're doing, or we get some awareness about the situation, even if we don't like it, we can fix it, right? All right, but let's get going. I want to first start with all of my Aries. So this is just for this weekend. I want to look through today where I am. It is Friday morning. I don't know where you are. If you're on the other side of the world, you know, it might already be tomorrow or it might still be yesterday, but whenever you see this, all right, for the next 72 hours. So we just want to look at your weekend and see what's going on for the weekend for all of my Aries. Grateful, thankful to each and every one. Home. This card came out and it was upright, so I'm going to take it because I feel like some of you Aries may be wanting to stay home or work on your home or, you know, deal with your home, maybe go look for a home. But I feel like, you know, you have a real strong value in where it is that you call your sacred space, your home. But when we also have no place like home, it's also about tuning in with yourself. So let's see what's going on with that. All right, the next card that came out is Orphaned. So, I mean, here you are. Maybe, you know, you live alone. We do have the Orphaned card with no place like home. Maybe you spend too much time at home. You know, Aries, because if you spend too much time at home, because I am notorious for this, and I'm not an Aries, but I spend too much time at home. But I have a very rich inner world, you know. I'll go paint or, you know, I'll go work on my other little projects. I mean, I'm always busy. But, you know, sometimes the loneliness kind of creeps in, and I feel like maybe this weekend you're feeling a little lonely. But I feel as if there's been a recent situation that was pretty karmic. You know, and I feel there's the, you know, a lot of what left you alone, this situation, and I feel like it wasn't a good situation because this is not coming up very positive to me. And then below it we have the mending card reversed. So I feel as if there were some real truths that come out recently that really had a big impact on your life. You know, and it having a big impact in your life, it may have left you, you know, feeling very, very alone, feeling, you know, like really maybe even alone in a house, maybe somebody left. You know, it's that kind of an energy. But, you know, here's the thing that I see coming as a result of all of this is for you a brand new life. All right. So sometimes we get so hung up and so stuck on the problem, the situation, where we are, you know, woe is me, I'm so alone, and God, there's no fixing it, and you're trying to like kind of butt your head up to see how can you do it when the truth is this is an opportunity for you to live a brand new life. So I think there's a lot of I'm feeling a lot of reflection, but it's a full moon. Whenever we have a full moon, I always say this: it's like a flashlight. The full moon holds a flashlight over a situation that you are dealing with. We happen to have the full moon in Sagittarius. Well, the full moon in Sagittarius is really about your beliefs. It's a very philosophical sign, Sagittarius. It's the archer. It's a very, very deep introspective sign, about what you really believe in, and it's also a sign that wants some freedom. And again, I was feeling like you need to get out and just kind of like stretch your arms a little bit, and enjoy the world around you, and kind of, shift the energies, even if it's just a degree or two, so that instead of constantly looking this way, now you're looking over here and you see something brand new, and then all of a sudden you go over there, and then it like dominoes into this whole new thing. So anyway, I'm really encouraging you to, really kind of reflect on what it is that you really should be doing for yourself. And, staying at home and feeling lonely and, all pitiful for yourself is not the answer. Because I do feel there's a brand new beginning for you. So it's exciting, Aries. What can I say? It's truly exciting. Really exciting. So a weekend for you to really think about things. All right, so let's move on. Hold on, I got my smudge of cedar going on. For those of you that don't know, I like to burn cedar as my smudge. And it smells really, really good. So I encourage it. All right, so let's see. Who are we doing next? Oh, Taurus. We're moving on to my Taurus. I didn't even take any notes. 6:56. I'm supposed to be time stamping. It's so much to do at one time. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on, Taurus. What's going on? Taurus, there's something that is very unsettling. Time for a rest. It's upside down. Are you overdoing it? Are you overworking? Are you overthinking? Because sometimes, we think that we've kind of let something go, but our mind continues, because I'm getting a little bit of mind boggling going on. But here, time for a nap says, let it go. Let it go. Relax, take a nap, treat yourself, do something that will pull you away from whatever it is in your head that's really kind of leaving you in a very unsettled, unfulfilled type of energy. All right, Taurus, because, when the cards flip up and talk to me first before I even get there, I feel like I have to kind of pass that message on. So, yeah, just this very, sometimes you have to give things a rest, including yourself. All right, Taurus? So let's see what else is going on for my Taurus for the next 72 hours. So I like that this is just a short period of time, because short period of time means, this too shall pass, right? So, all right, here we have this energy of, these two together. So we have regeneration, reverse, and we have time for a nap. I feel resistance, all right? And I feel as if something has to be, just kind of transformed, whether that's you, whether that's the situation. But there's this real need to like go back to the beginning. And when the regeneration card comes up, if you're not kind of evolving because you're so stuck in your mind, whatever it is that's leaving you so unsettled, you're going to feel unsettled, all right? And then you can't begin fresh and new, because you are so stuck in the past, or you are so worried about the future, so that you are totally missing what's going on right now. So this is an energy where I feel like, it may be good for you to do things that are more meditative, Taurus, whether that's just a simple walk, around the block, or, down this lovely forest road, or, maybe, you walk along the beach, whatever. I just feel as if you need to find your ground again. All right, so that you can be more present in your world, rather than be so, immersed in, what has happened. I was just telling a friend of mine today, we have to accept the past, so whatever has happened in our past, we have to accept that it happened and move on from it. We learn from it. Some things, were really hard and difficult. Some things were really, really good, right? So we have to move on from wherever we are. Excuse me. Got a lot of smoke going on. Um, so yeah, I just feel like Taurus, and here we have this very depressed, lonely, orphaned feeling kind of energy. So whatever it is, the only way you're going to get out of this feeling is to really make some steps towards this regeneration, this transformation, that you're going to grow new. Because the things that have happened to us in the past really play an important part as to who we are today. So this will play a part in who you are today. All right, next one. Flexible. So I think you got to bend a little, all right? And you're a fixed sign, so get a card of flexibility to a fixed sign. Holy cow. So, Taurus, I just feel like, you need to kind of be okay to feel uncomfortable. It's one of those things, in order for you to rest, it means you are going to have to make some things and do some things that you maybe have been avoiding doing. But now is the time to really kind of, open up and give it a chance. Because in giving it a chance, I think that's where you're going to find, new life, new growth, that renewness about feeling good about yourself again. Because, this is a real sad energy, this orphaned card. And to come up here feeling all unsettled. No, you're not going to be the rest of your life by yourself. People love you. They would love to be around you. Taurus is a wonderful sign. I love Taurians. So I just feel like that's just a real deep message for some of you guys out there to, just kind of forgive yourself for anything that you need to forgive, you know, applaud yourself for anything you need to applaud, take care of yourself, do something you would love to do, in order to kind of renew your spirit. Because I just feel like you need a little jolt of what it was like. It's like sometimes, it's like riding a bike. We forget how to ride a bike if we haven't ridden a bike in 10 years. And then you get on the bike and you're like, well, I can ride a bike. Well, this is the same thing. It's just like, you've gotten lost in these emotions and what's going on in your head. But, once, you start doing these things and you're going out and doing things that you yourself love, then all of a sudden life gets brighter. All right. And, then maybe you will get a nice night's sleep. Magnesium would be great for you. Just saying. Just saying. All right. And if you don't know the properties of magnesium, look it up, and you might agree that taking a little magnesium before you go to bed might not be a bad idea. All right, let's see. Let's move on to my Gemini. Gemini, what's going on, Gem? We are moving on. We're gonna see what's going on for all of my Gemini. Grateful, thankful to each one of you. If you like the reading, hit that like button. That really helps me out. Really appreciate that. Any help I can get, I appreciate it. I am so grateful that I made it past 3,000 people. That's big for me. That's huge. It's a big deal. And I am really thankful. I am really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, really thankful for this. So anyway, I love doing this. This is my thing. Anyway, let's move on to my Gemini. Oh, is it Geminis? Yeah, Gemini. Gemini, what's going on for my Geminis? Unlike the other two cards, there's not ooh, a lot of things came out. All right, we have a situation here. Something needs to get fixed. Gemini. Oh, and here we have co-create coming up reverse. So yeah, we have some problems going on in a work situation, or somebody who you're really involved with. So what is going on? It could be a masculine energy, because I do have yang. So, whenever I see this card, I think, yeah, it could be around work. But I just feel as if there's a real disconnect between you and someone else. And I think you're wondering, can this ever be fixed? Because here we do have this card of deep knowing. So I feel like, this is a situation, whatever it is that's going on, it does not surprise you that it happened. It's like you saw, like, well, if this keeps going, this is going to happen. And I feel like if this kept going, and this is what happened, right? So here we are with all that glitters is not very gold. And then we have the never ending story coming up reversed. So I feel as if there is an awakening of, and maybe a realization of a situation that, this is just something you can't fix. And, sometimes that's just how it goes. We take politics for a situation. I mean, if you're on one party and your friend with the other party, there could be really heated arguments that would erupt, because of people's values and things like that. And this is that same kind of energy. I'm not saying it's about politics, but, I feel like this situation with this person is just like you guys have two very different views and opinions on a situation. And I think, there's a part of you that knows how this has all got to go. So maybe this weekend is one of these weekends where you start to really kind of dive deep about this situation. Really take some time to kind of think about the big picture, everything that's gone on, what happened to get you to this position. We're now, where we were these really great people working together, making something happen, where now we're not. I feel as if, there's a lot of strength in taking the time to really see the big picture in this situation, because I think you went in, really a little blind or maybe even jaded as to the reality of what was going to happen. Because I just feel like the two of you went in thinking, oh my God, we're going to make millions. And now, you're finding yourself bankrupt. That kind of energy is going on, or maybe you find out that you can't work with your person the way you thought you could. It's like, it's one thing to be friends with them. It's another thing when you hook up in a business situation, because then that gets more complicated, right? So, yeah, Gemini, I just feel as if, this is one of those things that, and here we have the card of the thinker. Don't overthink it. All right, don't let it kind of dominate. I think you already know. I think intuitively, if you validate what your intuition is telling you, I think you'll realize that there's not much to really kind of think about. I mean, it's just written in paper here. It's clear as day, the situation. So I feel as if, don't overthink things. Now, I would also want to say, because this is a situation. Look, here's the building blocks coming up reverse. So I want to kind of throw another little reading out, because I just got a little hit with someone, with these two cards, that for some of you people, if you get a really good idea, don't throw it away, right? I just feel like there's really strong creative energy that is available to you right now. So in the midst of things that are going on, I want to say, if there was something that, you really, a direction that you wanted to go in, now is the time to do it. Now is the time, to take the chances, to, be, almost like the trailblazer in a situation that you want to lead. This is one of these energies where I feel like, don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you can talk yourself out of this idea as being stupid. And I really feel like, for some of you Geminis, this is something you really should follow through on. So a lot of times when these kind of things happen, and there's this whole disruption with something that you were building with someone else, and then you see it kind of crumble and collapse, this could be the universe kind of stepping in and say, look, let's bring this to a head, so that, maybe you go in this direction. And if you go in that direction, that's okay. Why not? We only live once, So I just feel like there's a real good opportunity for you. So everything that's happening, I feel like it's pointing you in that direction. All right, Gemini, so that's what I got for you. All right, that was a mouthful. I'm going to take a little sip of my lemonade. All right, so we've got Cancer next. See what's going on with my Cancers. Happy birthday to all my Cancers, especially if you are June born. So happy birthday. May you have the most amazing year around the sun. And to all my Geminis, because we still are in Gemini season, happy birthday to you guys too. I have quite a few friends that are Geminis. celebrating their 60th birthday. Believe it or not, that's how old I am. All right, let's see what's going on with all my cancers. Oh, cancers. We have higher power and thinking. You know, so both of these cards kind of flew out on their own. So higher power, I feel like that's your spirit. I feel like your spirit is coming to comfort you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we just need to know that something bigger than us sees us, right? And I feel like this is one of those energies. What I'm picking up is, you know, this beautiful angel is seeing you sitting here on this block, really kind of contemplating what to do. You know, so I feel as if, yes, you are seen by the universe. All right, Cancer. So whatever it is that you really need, here's a couple more cards coming out because there's something that, you know, has really left you feeling, you know, really, you know, unsettled. You know, this is a card, it's peace reversed. And it's just like, there's something that's not peaceful about a situation. Maybe, and I'm feeling like it's you. I feel like there's something inside of you that doesn't feel at peace with something. And I feel like you just don't know what to do, you know, to you know, release this feeling that you have. So, and this could be in regards to maybe a female that's in your circle. This could be you. You know, just apply it as it works for you guys, you know. The next card I have is the here and now, being really present. All right, so I feel like, you know, even though there is something in around, I feel really a female energy. I think, you know, the best thing you can do is, you know, just let it go. I mean, you know, here we have the past going this way, we've got the future, but I mean, she's sitting here, right here, because that's where the door is. The best place for you to be is to really be really present and not focus too much on what it is that's really been bothering you. So, you know, this weekend I'm almost feeling as if, yeah, there's a lot of chaos and conflict. You know, so I'm feeling like this weekend, you know, this card is kind of telling you, you know, don't go there. You know what I mean? You know, when we go, you know, don't go there. You know, and it's one of those things if, you know, you start to kind of fall into this repetitive cycle, like you keep like harping on the same thing over and over again. You know, I mean, you have to tell yourself, don't go there. You know, it's time to break a cycle, you know, because it's only creating more chaos and more conflict. You know, and then we have chop wood. All right, so with chop wood, you know, this is something that says, you know, you have to, you know, do the work. All right, so there is a situation in order for this chaos and this conflict to get resolved, you're going to have to do the work. So I feel like, you know, it would be really good for you to just kind of sit with yourself, you know, just kind of give yourself a moment to, you know, just kind of see what has to change, you know, because whatever it is that is leaving you feeling so unsettled, you know, if you would just do the work, I think you would feel better, you know. So you know, you know, and again, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who is very overwhelmed with the project that he's doing, and I told him, I said, you know, just focus on what you got to do today. Don't focus on, you know, getting it fixed and having it done by this day. You know, just today. You know, because this is a big job, and you're, you know, and he's like, I'm so anxious, you know, and I feel like this is the same kind of thing. It's just like, just focus on right now. Don't worry and don't get overwhelmed, you know, by what's around you, all right, or what it is that you have to do, you know, because this chaos and conflict, you know, this is an energy of not knowing what to do. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to change? How am I fixing? How am I going to feel good again? You know, and I feel like the answer is you got to do the work, Cancer. You have got to do the work. All right, so maybe this weekend you get this realization that you've got to do the work. All right. All right, let's move on. We're going to move on to my Leos. Grateful, thankful to all my Leos. The comments from people. Oh, repent my sins. How do you know we got any sins? right? I mean, I've been through a lot of stuff. You know I'm a sinner. I'm a good person. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what is going on with all of my Leos. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. All right, Leo. First cut. Look, you're seeing something. I think you're almost. When this guy here. All right, you see this? Is it a fox? Yeah, it's a fox, and he's like up to the moon, so I almost wonder whether you are looking for guidance from your higher self. This could be looking for guidance. Maybe some of you actually go out and get a tarot reading. Maybe some of you do something where you want to kind of spiritually connect with something higher than you. So I do feel as if some of you may be thinking about going to a retreat. I mean, I'm just getting this very spiritual vibe. And I think, you are just really wanting to look and see, what kind of guidance you can get. So I feel like, there's a lot of things that are going on because here it look, blessed reverse. So I feel as if, some of you Leos have had a really difficult time. And I think you're looking to God, basically for answers. Like, I don't understand, everything is just, so bad. Like, what happened to the blessing of this or that situation? So I feel as if a lot of you are kind of really seeking answers from a higher calling or perspective, so whether it is you go to church or you just your spirit is calling you to the woods. I feel like you're going to do what you can to try to really connect with a higher self. Because here again, you have chaos and conflict as well, and whatever it is, it's not for you, and I think, there's whatever it is that's going on, I think it's not good for you. I think you need things to change. I think you're tired of feeling, really upside down, inside out around whatever situation it is that you are really kind of seeking guidance for. But here, this card kind of says, this is not for you, whatever the situation is. And, this is why things are happening. A lot of times, the reason why, we find ourselves, with these big shifts and changes is because we're trying to be pointed in another direction, So even though we may think this direction is really good for me, it may not be. Do you know what I mean? It may not be. It may be good for you because you follow along somebody and things are taken care of and this and that. But is it feeding your spirit? Is what you're doing, is it feeding your spirit? So I feel as if you're kind of really wanting to dive deep in why you feel so conflicted, about how your life is turning out, because it's almost as if what you're going through right now, Leo, it's like this is supposed to be the greatest blessing in the world. People would love to be in my shoes. People would love to have what's going on with me. Why don't I feel like this is a blessing? And I think these are the kind of things you are asking yourself right now. And really having to really look objectively is like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe just because this should be the best thing in the world, maybe it's not for my world. So deep questions are coming up for everyone this weekend. So this full moon, and again, we are in the full moon of Sagittarius, which is a very deep philosophical kind of what do I really believe in type of energy. It's very spiritual. And the sign of Sagittarius. And it really wants to reach to the stars for the answers, kind of thing. And I think this is what you're really trying to feel like. If this is supposed to be such a great blessing, why don't I feel like it is? And then kind of turn that around. But yeah, that's what I got for you, Leo. What can I say? Right? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's move on. Who is next? We got our Virgos. What's going on with my Virgos? We got a few people in the house. Hi. Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate y'all. All right, Virgo. Sun and Rising, Venus signs. What's going on with my Virgos? We had a card wanted to stay out. All right, what's this going on? The second time we've seen this card today. So we have the card of regeneration happening upside down. So I feel like, you need to recharge some of your batteries. And there's something that needs to almost go back to the beginning, and let's start fresh, and let's see if we can turn this around. And it could be just you, Virgo. But let's get a few more cards out and see what's going on. Oh, you Virgos at this time. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Virgo, what's this? We have all that glitters is not gold. All right, so I think we're starting to see, Virgo, because this seems to be almost like the theme of this full moon. We're starting to see that what we thought we wanted, what we thought was going to make us really, really happy, turns out really isn't, right? It really isn't. But now, what do you do about that? Because it's like, it's almost as if, well, now I'm stuck. All that glitters is not gold. I think you went in, a little blinded. I mean, we've got two masks here. I just feel as if, there's this energy of not really, I think you like the idea, the fantasy, and, all of that of whatever it was. But the truth is that, once you got there, it might have, what I get is it turned into a nightmare. So some of you may have ended up dealing with like this nightmare, as a result of a situation. And then we have never ending story coming up reversed. This is really interesting because I feel like, Virgo, you're finally starting to see that this is never going to change unless you change. You're never going to move on from all of this stuff that's going on until you change. So, Virgo, whatever's going on right now, it's on you. It's on you to turn it around. Wow. Okay, go the distance comes up and it is reversed. So, all right, Virgo, this coming up reversed, all right, and you needing to kind of break some kind of a cycle, because I think you can't, you can't do this forever. Whatever's going on, it's like you just can't do this forever. And I think you've thought about this for the longest time. It's like, can I go the distance with this person? Can I go to the distance with this job? Can I really make this like really happen? So anyway, you, like the rest of the signs, have a lot to think about. And again, we're gonna flash that light of the full moon down upon you. This is the strawberry moon. This is about enjoying the fruits of what we do in our labors. And if whatever it is that you are doing, Virgo, is holding you back, and it's not something you want to do the rest of your life, the universe is saying, well, maybe you ought to change it. If you can't get behind this 110%, maybe this isn't what you need to be doing. So, more deep reflection. So, I think a lot of things are going to come to light this weekend for a lot of people. Good energy though, because it's positive change. When we finally choose to look at things, that's when we can see things and see the changes, that we want to make. Maybe we're going to go through our drawers and our closets and we're going to get rid of all the clothes that make us look crappy and keep all the ones that we really, really like and realize that, oh my God, maybe I should get a couple new dresses. And then you turn around and buy yourself some new dresses. This is about regenerating yourself. So if you're stuck in a situation, that you know is never going to change, the only way you're going to make anything change is by you doing it. So this is on you, Virgo. This is definitely on you. All right, let's move on to my Libras. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What's going on, Libra? Grateful, thankful to each one of you being here. Libra. And if you like the reading, hit that like button. Really appreciate that. It's always good to hit the like button when you're watching the content. It just really helps all of us creators. It really does. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Libras. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Libras. What's going on, Libra? Oh. All right, we have an imbalance happening. Okay, when we have exchanging gifts, this is a card of give and take. So it came up reversed. So it's telling me, there is this real imbalance between what one person gives versus what another one gives. So this is telling me we have a giver and we have a taker. So let's see. Oh, and that doesn't make you happy now, does it? Because you know what this is, Libra? This is an energy of somebody leeching on you. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is somebody who, wants you to cook, clean, buy, treat them, buy me this, buy me that, pay for my phone, do that. This is not making you happy that they are not contributing equally. Because you are a card of balance. You are the symbol of the scales. So when dealing with a partnership, you want to know that your partner is your balancing part. Okay, and this is, we have a giver, we have a taker. So what's next? Go the distance. Look what came back up again after shuffling. Go the distance. So again, can you go the distance in a situation where it's so unbalanced? I think this weekend you're going to really see it. All right. So this may become really glaring, this whatever this imbalance is between the two of you. Because I am feeling this is, we have two people here, is what I'm feeling. I just think that things are going to really come to a head this weekend. So just prepare yourself, because it's almost like somebody may just push you one step too far in wanting you to do something, and that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, all right, Libra. So, it's time to really look at this because, because you get a message, some kind of a message that really really kind of triggers you. So just be ready for that, okay? Just be ready for that, It's always better to be forewarned, and you probably already recognize the situation. I'm just kind of like bringing it to light that, this imbalance between you and this other person, this give and take kind of situation, it's gonna rear its head, all right? Because it wants to be dealt with, because the universe wants to take care of you, Libra. The universe wants you in balance. The universe wants you to, be that Venus that rules Libra. It wants you to, have love of poetry and the beauty around you and just, everything just really humming along, So, it'll get to a point where you're like, this is not humming along. And this is not the way I want to have it. So, something pushes you to that point. All right, so that's what I got for you, Libra. Let's move on to my Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What's going on for all my Scorpios today? Grateful, thankful. I saw also the card of unfairness with a Scorpio. Has somebody been treating you unfairly? Let's see. We'll see what there is a situation you are dealing with, Scorpio. All right. And I just feel as if it's the same old, and like Leo, maybe you're on the cusp. I'm just feeling like this real imbalance between you guys, So let's see what this is about. What can you tell me for my Scorpios? Look at that, never-ending story wanting to come out again. All right, so this is you and somebody else. We have co-create here. So I feel like some of you felt like you've been walking on a tightrope. I mean, truly. It's funny because in this card of co-create, we have this jaguar or leopard, and then we have this owl. So I feel like, you're dealing with somebody who I feel has a very big ego, all right? Or, yeah, they have a very big ego, and I think, you know better. Like, you know better. You know this person's predictable, how they're going to act, how they're going to respond, what they're going to say. It's like, because they are very ego-driven. Very ego-driven. Chaos and conflict comes up reversed for you, Scorpio. So I feel like, because you really know, how this person is, and they're not going to change. What you see is what you get. They have showed their true colors. And I think in accepting that, this is them. This is their story. This is the one they want. This is the one they want to keep. This is what they're going to go with. So here we have the card of Imagine coming up reversed. So, I feel as if, again, this awakening to like, this doesn't feel good to me. Because this full moon is saying, does this feel good to me? My inner self is saying, no, this doesn't feel good to me. So I think you finally, start to turn what it is that you really wanted with someone, into, does this really work for me? Because, if it's like, when they're not around, I feel good. When they're around, all of a sudden, the red flags are waving and I'm not feeling so good. So I feel as if, even though this is a situation you want to fix, I think you also want to fix it so that there's resolution, so that no bridges are kind of burned or anything. But at the same time, you also realize that this person is never going to change. And in knowing that this person is never going to change, in mending the situation, we can't fix the person anymore. We can't fix them anymore or what's going on. But I think more for you, Scorpio, you need to know that, you have resolved it to the best you can. We're not enemies, we're this and that, but I'm not going to keep doing this over and over again with you, So I feel as if there's a new kind of development to the connection with this person. If that made any sense, Scorpio, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, what am I talking about? All right, let's move on and see what's going on to my Sagittarians. What are my Sagittarians doing? Grateful, thankful to all my Saggies for the energies. Grateful, thankful to all of my Sagittarians. Uh-oh, we got a card here. We got a new life happening for you. A new life. I like that. 9, 12, 3. Yeah, a brand new beginning. You know what I'm getting off of this card? It's like one day you wake up and all of a sudden you have this new life. Right? It's like, how did that happen? All of a sudden you have this new life. For some of you, I think that's oh my God, what a wonderful energy to have. So let's see what else came out. We have Thinker and Regeneration. Finally, this card of regeneration has come up upright. So I feel as if you feel really renewed, and I think you wonder how, like, all of a sudden, you turn around. I think, you've put a lot of effort. I think you've put a lot of thought. I think you've really kind of done the work, Sagittarius. That's what I want to say to you. And I feel like these stars, do you see these stars? I feel like they're shining down, saying you did the work. You are growing. And look at you, you're like this dancing tree here, but the leaves are starting to really sprout. You're really like feeling this breath of fresh air in this new life. I like it. Yin energy coming up. I just feel as if, there's this beautiful sense of self, especially when the yin card comes up. Because when the yin card comes up, this is like the divine energy of the feminine. All right, this is saying, I am, the essence of my femininity, and we all have it, male, female, And when we embrace that softness, that nurturing, that love, that we always feel from our mother, whether you have a mother or not, the mother, the earth, the universe, just grounding into Mother Earth, this is what we're talking about. It's just like I feel as if, something at your core level really grounded you into the mother, and here you are stretching into a brand new life. But we do have Go the Distance coming up reverse. So, in reading this, there is something you had to let go in order to make this new life. All right? Because this is like you couldn't finish something if you wanted this. And I feel like you made a good decision, because you chose the one that is more nurturing for yourself. You chose, the direction that you wanted to go in. You said, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go do this. And then boom, here's your new life in making that decision. So, yeah, and then look, serendipity. Things are just happening. I feel like your luck is changing, your life is changing. Things are changing all around you. This is a really great energy. And I think, and you know what it took? It took letting go of this in order for your life to have this new kind of, zest to it. Because serendipity, it's just like all of a sudden your life is just, it's like you've been lifted up and, magic is happening all around you. And you're lucky. You're feeling really, really lucky. So I think you're going to enjoy this weekend, because remember, this is just for 72 hours. So I feel as if, you're a renewed self, this renewed energy, and this is your full moon, So yeah, you are really in your power, in your glory, really feeling good, about who you have become. Beautiful, beautiful reading there, Sag. All right. Let's move on to my Capricorns. Capricorn, Sun and Rising, Venus, Sun. What are my Cappies doing? Really grateful for each one of you for tuning in, being a part of my channel. Really, really appreciate you. And I'm really, really grateful that I made it past 3,000. Yay! I started with 0. And I'll tell you something, I didn't tell anybody I knew. I know a lot of people in my little community. I didn't tell any of them I was doing the YouTube. None of them knew. So all of these followers are really people that I just kind of picked up. So I am really thankful that the universe kind of guided you my way. And I hope that, I can provide the best information I can. I do what I do, Anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you all. And yeah, hit that like button. That helps me out. Capricorn. What's going on for my Cappies? Oh, look what came out. I mean, that flipped right out, man. We have this recurring theme with all of the signs. So regeneration, you too are feeling very renewed. So if you are Capricorn, Sag Cusper, go look at Sages. Listen to that one because I feel like this will apply, because the energy is the same. And here we have why, community. All right, so, here's the thing for you. You have a different story than Sagittarius, all right? And it may be the same story, I don't know. But anyway, for you, Capricorn, I feel as if, you are not going to question anymore, how you feel when you get out there with other people, all right? Because here we have the community card, we have why, and then we have orphaned coming up reverse. I feel as if, you are tired of feeling like you don't belong in this community and this and that. And I think you spend a lot of time questioning, like, what did I do wrong? Why don't they like me? Why don't I feel like I'm more of the community? Well, it may not have been your community. And it's like right now we are in a time frame where we are really looking to find we're looking to find our tribe. We're looking to find people that really kind of enhance what we believe in and who we are. And again, the Sagittarian full moon, this is about who are we? What do I really believe in? I really want to go out and really, get some answers from the universe. I really want to feel the freedom of life type of energy. So I feel as if, rather than you be belonging to, some kind of a group or organization where you just always felt like you didn't belong, I feel as if, you move on from that, because this regeneration is like, you know what? It doesn't matter what they think of me. I don't care. They don't know me. I don't know them. So their opinion means nothing. So I think you kind of shift out of this wanting these people to really like you to letting it all go. And in letting go of what they thought about you and, what you thought about them, because a lot of times it's just stories in our head. We don't really know what's going on in other people's lives. But I feel as if the shift in energy and attitude, it freed you. You not worrying so much about what other people were thinking about you and whether you were impressing them and this and that. It's almost like you let that go and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Nope, not going to do that anymore. Nope. Because that only created chaos and conflict, didn't it? And I think you kind of identified, what it is that was holding you back and holding you down. And I think it was because, well, what if they find out? What if they find out I'm a psychic? What if they find out that, my favorite passion is, working with elephants? What if they find out? Well, so what if they find out? It doesn't matter. You got to do you, boo. All right? So it's like, it's almost as if you drop your guard and you just don't care what other people are going to think about you anymore. And you're not going to worry so much about what the people in your community are going to think about you. You're going to do what you do because that's who you are. And enough of, trying to go along, to be the person that you think they want you to be. Capricorn, I feel like you're just going to do you. And I think this weekend you're really going to really feel like because you no longer are trapped under this fear of what other people are going to think. So you can enjoy yourself now more authentically because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. They can think whatever they want. My mother used to say, if they don't like it, they can look the other way. you know? And, this is pretty much that kind of energy. It's just like, you're done. You're like, I don't care what they think. It doesn't matter what they think. And it really doesn't. The only thing that matters is what do you think? Right? So, good energy for you, Capricorn, this weekend. I just feel like you're going to really enjoy yourself. All right, let's move on to my Aquarians. Aquarius, what's going on, Aqua? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, all my Aquarians. Grateful, thankful to you today. What's going on for my Aquas? I have an Aquarian moon, and I've been really feeling my moon more than my other signs and other placements. I wonder if other Aquarians are feeling the same kind of thing. All right, Aquarius, what's going on? What's your overall energy? Wow, we also got some chaos coming up. So, all right, let's look at the chaos. All right, so you have chaos, and it's because you know the truth about something that you need to let go of. All right, so all of the chaos is coming because you refuse to let go of something that is not for you. And hear the truth. You know the truth. You know what is causing the disruption in your life. You know what it is that is not for you that you need to look at, because you know that that's the root of the problem. All right, Aquarius, that's what I'm feeling with this cards. Here, this card. Serendipity comes up reversed. So, it's like, why aren't things working for me? Where's all the magic? Where's the luck? What, and it's because you're hanging on to something that you need to let go of. The universe is saying, you let go of that and we'll open the doors. But until you let go of whatever it is, this chaos, this conflict. It could be a mental conflict. It could be a situation you're working with. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. You fill in what the chaos and conflict is. Because it's something that, you're hanging on to and it's not bringing you any luck. It's not bringing you any money. It's not bringing you what you really want, And, you're hanging on to it even though you gotta let it go. Truth be told, you gotta let it go. So that's the truth of these cards coming up that, if you want to remove all the problems and all the chaos, you know what you need to let go of. You know what it is. So Aquarius, that's your message. It's the bottom of the deck. Come to the edge. You got to have faith. If you let go of whatever it is that's keeping you from really living your best, most authentic life, you have to have faith. All right, just come to the edge. You can do this. All right, Aquarius, whatever it is, you can do it. You can. I believe you. I believe you can. And we all know what it is that's not good for us. I mean, this is not new information. It's just like, we know when we're doing something that we should stop. We know when we should change something. We know when something has run its course. And we know when we're hanging on to something. We gotta let it go. You have to let it go, whatever that is. All right, but anyway, the flashlight will be shining on you in that regard. So, the flashlight being the full moon. All right, last but not least, what's going on for all of my Pisces? Grateful, thankful for the energies of my Pisces. We appreciate my little fishies. What's going on in the world of my Pisces? I like Pisces. All right, let's see what's going on. Whoa, Pisces. So, your intuition is trying to tell you something. You're over here trying to figure something out, and your intuition's like, but this is the answer. But no, you're over here going, no, I'm going to think this through. I'm going to, I'm just going to do this. And your intuition's like, but I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. But you're not paying attention to your intuition. All right, so you think you're smarter than your intuition. Do you? Do you? But your intuition is telling you it's time to go. All right. And I think rather than leave a situation, Pisces, you are trying to figure out how can I hang on to it. Because here, you know that whatever it is, it's time to move on. It's time to go. But here you are, trying to figure out how can I hang on to this. And your higher power is over here upside down going, I'm trying to tell you, you just got to let it go. It's time to go. You can't hang on to this anymore. So a lot of big changes for us. I think big changes for us. The next card we have, it's about soulmates. So this could be about a relationship, Pisces, that you are really wanting really hard, to hang on to. What can I do to fix this relationship? What can I do to turn this around? It's almost as if, your intuition is just like, well, what can I do to fix this? And your intuition is saying, maybe it's time to go. But, we don't want to hear that message, right? We don't want to hear that. I want to fix it. I don't want to hear that maybe it's time to, kind of go our separate ways. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, right? But this weekend, there could be something that really kind of shines a light on the reality of whatever the situation is that you're trying to really hang on to. When everything inside of you says maybe it's time to go. So I think this weekend, Pisces, you've got to stop and say maybe it's time to go. All right, so let's see, what is the bottom? Chop wood, or we got to do the work. Because if the other person does not want to do the work, TikTok reversed, then we can't build anything. Building blocks reversed. So it's really going to require, Pisces, that somebody either want to do the work or maybe it's time to go. So that's a real heavy one, really heavy way to end it. But, it's an ending. The universe is wanting us to be happy. If you have not been in a relationship and you've been miserable, the universe wants to see you happy. So that's why these messages come up, because it's about, let's find, your greatest and highest good is your happiness. So if we're trying to hang onto a situation and the other person doesn't want to do the work to turn it around, then maybe it's time to go. All right? Wow. That's a downer. Oh my God, we're going so good. Anyway, it's going to be a good full moon, all right? Just know that it brings growth. We're moving through the zodiac here. We're in Sagittarius, and it's just like this is about really kind of saying, who are we? What do I really believe in? What do I want? I want to feel the freedom of life. Enjoy life. Be the archer. Set your sight on a direction. Throw that arrow and shoot it and hit, right? So in order to like embrace these energies, we have to look at them. So that's why we have these full moons. They're really good for us to really kind of see what do we got to do, what do we got to admit to. We have to have awareness, right? But anyway, however you spend your weekend, just be safe, enjoy yourself, find the love of people and people you love, and just really enjoy yourself and be happy. All right, I'll see you guys all at another reading. Until then, hit that like button and I'll see you later. Bye now.